Okay, so now we are going to start bundle 2 of module 11, and question number 1 is which expression is equivalent to 6x plus 5x plus 4y? Okay, let's understand every single word of it. What is the difference between expression and equation? First point is this. Expression is like always you see here there is no equal to sign, right? So it's an expression that okay 6x plus 5x plus 4y, nothing else. It's not equal to anything. So that is an expression. But if you do it like this, some value, it may be 0, it may be anything. Now you have equal to sign. So this is an equation. This is the difference between expression and equation. Now, next point. You can solve the equation, or you can solve the equation, but you cannot solve the expression. Expression can only be simplified. Expressions cannot be solved because there is no equal to sign, right? What will you solve? First point clear, the difference between equation and expression. Concept number 1 is over. Now, concept number 2 is like 6x plus 5x plus 4y. Now this has x and this has x and this has y. So like terms are added. Now what do you mean by like terms? When every unit is same. When I say unit, let me make it clear more. Suppose you have 4 apples plus 5 apples, right? So you can call okay 9 apples, correct? So you can add apple and apple. Similarly, if you have 4 apples plus 5 bananas, right, this is equal to what? You can say 9 fruits, okay, but units are not same. You can say 9 edible items, or you can say 9 edible things you can eat raw. So it's not clear, right? So these are not the like terms. So in maths, this apple and apple thing is actually the like term thing, right? You cannot equate them, you cannot add them. Similarly, if you have 4x plus 5y, you cannot add them because one of them is apple and another of them is banana. But if you have 4x plus 5x, yes, you can imagine them as apples. 4 apples plus 5 apples are actually 9 apples. So that is the skill which is tested here, that how you find the like terms and solve it. Now let's say x are apples and y are bananas. So there are 6 apples plus 5 apples. So how many apples? 11 apples. And 4y. So that means 4 bananas. We cannot solve it further, right? Okay, so C is the right option. Perfect. Now question number 2 is about data. To study, again that is a word problem, so let's try to understand actually what data is given here. To study the characteristics of a sea stars in a group of tide pools, uh, sorry to say I said again because whenever I explain a word problem, I always say it's not difficult. It's just sometimes too much data or too much words given in a question. So try to try to find actually what is being asked or what information is being given in this question. So let's see. To study the characteristics of sea stars in a group of tide pools, researchers measures the diameter of sea stars with the tide pools. Now, as you can see, there is only one data, right? Diameters. Diameters of sea stars. So this is 16 is the diameter for these many sea stars. 17 is the diameters of these many sea stars. So let's say 16 is the diameter for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sea stars, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. 17 is of 4. 18 diameter radius is of 18 diameter is of 1. 19 is of 2 and 20 is of 3. Let's see what is asked. Based on the dot plot, how many sea stars had a diameter to the nearest inch of 16 inches? Okay, so simply you have to read the data. 16 inches is the diameter for 6 sea stars. Let's see. Yes. So B is the right option, right? I hope you got both the questions.